Welcome back to Forbidden Knowledge News. Chris Matthew. I'm having an amazing time at the Laughlin UFO Megaconference. As you can see, I am here with the one and only Ket Thorvaldsen. How are you doing, Ket?
I'm doing great, thank you.
You enjoying the conference so far?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's fun. You get to meet a lot of like-minded people. You got to talk with some fellow contactees. How was that panel? How did you enjoy hearing all those other stories?
Well, it was interesting because even if we are doing more or less, it looks like we are doing the same thing, but still it looks like it can be like an ocean between us still. So yeah, this topic is a big topic.
And I see you have a little alien here with you.
Yeah, it's just becoming a little baby, like a babysitter for a little dog that is even third of the size of my cats.
Well, tell us a little bit about your presentation. Let's start with the first experience you talked about when you were 3. I found it interesting that you said the beings came through the walls. Talk a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, well, I was 3 years old and my mother, she has put me in the bedroom for the night, and of course the room was dark. You can see the light in the street that was coming in through the window, so you can see the furniture and everything in the room. And then there was this gray being with the big black eyes that was just coming through the wall.
How tall were they?
Well, now you are talking inches, I'm talking centimeters and meters. So I guess 120 centimeters. Will that be something that you people will understand?
That would be about...
from the floor and up, I guess it will be like this.
Gotcha.
I was 3 years old, I was standing in a crib, and then it was just a little bit taller than me.
Okay. So. Very interesting. Now, what was the culmination of that experience? Do you remember how it all ended?
Yeah, he was there for a little while. For me, I don't know how long he was there. We just had a communication between our heads, like a telepathy. Then he just gliding out the same way he came. It was just peaceful, actually. It
was peaceful, yeah. And do you remember any of the specific communication that he had with you?
Yeah, he was there to see if I was okay.
Do you get the sense that he was somehow connected to you in sort of like a DNA connection in some way?
No, I didn't have any thoughts about that. I was 2 years.
Well, I'm talking looking back.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe it may have had some sort of connection like that to you?
I think that we must have had some kind of connection, yes, because why should he else bother to, yeah, okay, we just fly down over there, go into that person's bedroom and say, are you okay? And then we leave again. That does not make any sense if you don't have anything to do with them in the first place.
Right. And there's a lot of researchers that think that the Greys are just some sort of little robots. I think that may be the case for some of them, but I think some of them are actual biological beings that have feelings.
For me, this was a biological being, yeah.
Yes, and you got the sense that it had emotion and feeling as well.
Yeah.
And your next experience, you were actually taken on a ship. Could you describe that one a little bit?
Well, the thing, I was on my rooftop when I was 10 years old. I like to be sitting out there looking at the stars at night and wanted someone out there to come down here and pick me up, bring me back home, because I didn't belong here. I always had that feeling. I still have that feeling. I still not belong here. Yeah, then it was one night that I saw this very bright light, and then I was inside the craft.
What was the inside of the craft like?
I don't remember that much because that's exact sessions we had to do with hypnosis. But grayish kind of rooms, clean rooms, not like a hospital like, because our rooms, they are square, but this was more like everything was round. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
And was it always the same type of beings that you've been interacting with?
More or less, yes. They were also grays.
Also gray beings.
Yeah.
And were all these experiences, you get the sense that they were benevolent beings, they were friendly experiences?
They were friendly.
They were all trying to help you out.
Yeah, and even the last experience that I had, of course, that could feel very frightening or scary, but I have learned over the years that things that can be scary doesn't necessarily mean to be scary. if you're experiencing something that you haven't experienced before or don't remember or don't know what they're doing, then you will be afraid. That's a natural thing.
Right. Yeah. And in 1996, you had an experience, and then it prompted you to go to see a hypnotherapist. Tell us about what you learned from the hypnotherapist. What did you get to remember from that session?
Uh, that was the one I was thinking about when I was having after my last close encounter. That happened in 90. Yeah, that was 96. I'm messing up the years. That was 96, and that was from my cabin experience. So yeah, the experience that I had was that I was going to bed for the night, and then I woke up and there was this very tall gray being, and it looks like it had like a skirt on him. That's the only time I have seen it. It's like you are having like a clothing that is just hanging around you, but you don't see where it starts or where it begins from your body. Now, if you're putting on like a shirt, you can see that okay, your shirt stops here.
Right.
But here it was like going
it's
from
almost
skin
like
and
a
just
part of the being.
Yeah. And if you took the picture of him and you're turning it into like a negative, so everything that was the normal lines of the picture would become like white and glowing instead. That was how it looked like.
Very
Looked like
interesting.
very nice, but it was still the same kind of like a gray outlook being.
Right. And I think the part of your presentation that really hit home was when you were talking about your implants and you were showing everybody how they actually stick to your face and where you have them all over your body. Talk about the experience when you first realized you had some of these implants.
Well, for many years, I have heard about people that had implants, and I was thinking perhaps I have one too, because I had this triangle-shaped thing on my neck. And for many years, I was actually just joking about it. But then a friend of mine, Sid Goldberg, he says that, you know what, I'm working with cases like this. Why don't you buy one of those neodymium magnets, small, strong magnets, and put it on to see if they will stick? So I was thinking, okay, I can do that. So, but still, it's a long way from joking and having fun of it, and then you're doing it, and then, whoops, does stick.
Right.
Help.
Now, how many total do you have? That you know of, at least, because you stopped counting at some point.
I start counting, and it's almost up under 30.
Wow. And they go, until you stop counting, they go along your face, down the center.
I have two here on both sides, 5 in the front, all the way down my spine, and also in the front, and also on my lower back, as I know of.
Wow.
And they are symmetrical placed. And yeah, I also always forget there's 3 of them that are not symmetrical placed, and there are 3 of them that looks like a triangle that are under my heart area.
Very interesting. Now, you said that you speculated that they may be helping you in some way. Could you talk a little bit more about that? What do you think the purpose of these implants may be?
In the beginning, I did not understand why would they be there. But then this guy approaching me and said, he was saying it as a joke, but I was thinking, okay, it actually makes sense. He said, you know what, the way they're placed, you're walking around like a walking, talking antenna. I was okay. But then I was starting to think about the things that I've been doing over the last years with the downloadings, with all the astrophysics, all the stuff that I'm doing now. And that's the thing that I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about next. Is you started to receive major downloads, and you've never had a degree in any scientific degrees or anything.
No, nothing.
But the stuff that you're downloading and learning, it's coming from a cosmic source, and it's amazing information, right?
Yeah, for me, I'm just feeling that they have been helping me that I can very easily tap into the matrix, because all the information are in the matrix.
And you're going to be writing a book to explain.
I am working on a book.
You're working on a book right now. Any idea when that will be coming out?
Hopefully, it will be done this fall. It takes some time to do it, because I need also professional help to make it done. And if they can't help me, because I still have to translate my pictures to them, and then they have to try to make it. And if they can't, then I will just have to learn 3D programs myself.
Yeah, hey.
I wish I could. Please let me download 3D experience too.
Hey, they may let you. Now you also have you've helped law enforcement, and you've helped in some cases where you live, correct? Because you've gained some abilities, some type of psychic abilities.
Yeah, I had that most of my life. I
Oh,
normally
okay.
yeah seen dead people
Oh, wow.
and things like that. I have. If I was going to make a book about paranormal experiences, that would be several books alone.
I find that a lot in contact cases that they also have heightened paranormal senses. They can see the other side, spirit communication.
Yeah.
I think it's all connected in some way. Your your DNA, I believe, is a key to it, and I think you can sense the other spectrum a little easier than most people, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, you can. But the thing is that I haven't always been seeing them, and I'm trying my best to just let them be there,
Ah,
not bother with them. So when a friend of mine that was working in the police connecting with me, I said, "We are struggling with some cases here, the old cases. Can you take a look at them for us?" I said, "Okay, I can do that. I can try that." But of course, it will be different because this time I actually have to ask that person to come forward. That was a
okay.
new experience for me.
Very
But it was actually quite funny. I will never forget it because since I had never done it before, I was just taking a picture, put it on the table, put up a candlelight and some Tibetan necklace around it, and just write a note, "Come when you are ready," or something stupid like that. And then I continued doing my stuff. And I was actually standing and washing my dishes with the white gloves, the yellow gloves, and everything. And then she was standing there,
Oh, wow.
and I was in the middle of this, and I was like, I was a little bit, okay. So I'm a little bit busy now. Can I come back later?
Yeah,
No,
came at the wrong time.
yeah, and then she disappeared, and I was thinking, what? What did I just do?
Wow.
I just asked the ghost to come back later.
Right.
Yep.
Is this
And she did.
something you think you're going to continue to do? Is this help out with the some of these cases?
Yeah, if they ask me.
Yeah, very interesting. Well, Kent, thank you so much for talking, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your conference.
Yeah, I think I will.